Come on in, come on in, come on in, boo. Yes, sir. What y'all doing? Baby, I got some good news for you all, but we're going to do this first. Then I'm going to tell y'all the good news when I put this in the oven. When I put these pig in the blankets in the oven, yes. What's happening? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Sandra Woodard, Valerie Madden, Patricia, Abigail, hey girl, Angie, Tracy, Coleman, Angela, Karen, Catherine, Ashley, Sandra, hey, Lisa, what y'all got to say? Gloria, Carmen Lynn, that's Gloria Covington, Paula, Patricia Yarbrough, Sandra. Hey y'all, I'm getting ready to make me some pig in a blanket. Then a little later on, I'm a doctor on my neck bones over there. I'm a doctor on my neck bones. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to make me pig in a blanket. And guess what? Let me see something. Let me see how I want to do this. Let me see if I want to use both of these or just one. Let's see. Oh, yeah. We're going to use both of them. Yes, indeed. And we just going to roll this baby right on up just like this. Now, this right here, I can eat these because the bread on this is very, very light. And we're going to roll them up, boo. Just like this. Oh, yeah. I ain't taking all them sausage out like I was getting ready to use them all. I really was. Baby. Yes. What y'all doing? What's happening? Put this in the oven. Y'all hold on a second. Hold on for a hot second. Y'all look at our pig in the blanket. Check them out. Check out the pig in the blanket. Hold on, wait a minute. I had to go see who was tapping at that back door. Okay. How's everyone doing this morning? Baby, I got me some good news this morning. Woo, woo. When I tell you God is good, God is good. And He's good all the time. We about to hit these pig in the blankets. Put them in the oven. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone on. Turn it back off. Cause I had to have that phone. Cause I ain't want to miss that phone call. No, sir. Oh, Mario, you cooking shrimp and grits. Ooh, that sound good. Hey, Karen Smith. Hey, Stephanie. Okay. Got that. We have our little brush. So I put a little butter at the bottom of that. We're going to brush these all up. We get on back over here. You're trying to cause some problems. And if you really want to get jiggy with it, if you really want to get jiggy with it, I've been out there with them goats. I've been out there feeding them leaves out there. And of course, Billy is being a bully. Yes, indeed. Okay. So there we have that. And we're going to take these and place these in the oven. Get this out the way. Then we're going to come over here. So guess what, you all? Y'all want to know what the good news is? Good news, good news. It's always good to have some good news, especially when you wake up in the morning. When you wake up in the morning and you get good news. Cherie took it home with her last night. I didn't eat all mine. I just put the rest of mine in the trash. Because I'm not going to eat anymore. Gotta feed them goats. Hey, Andre. Cynthia Banks. Rose Madden. Linda. Betty Norman. Cynthia again. Henderson. This is Henderson. Sharon. Donna. What are you all doing this morning? Guess what happened this morning? So you all know what? When I tell you God is good, He good. And He good all the time. He's good all the time. Let me get me a glass of my water over here. He is good. So I had an appointment this morning. This morning over the phone. And you all remember me telling you all that I was going to file for my Social Security? Well, guess what? I was approved. So I get my Social Security. And I can give all my praise to God. All my praise to God. I really am happy. I get to get my Social Security. I'm not waiting until I'm 67 years old, because I don't know if I'm going to be here when I'm 67. So let me get my benefits and enjoy my benefits that I work for now. Let me get my benefits that I work for now. So not only so... I'm talking to the lady on the phone. She's on the phone talking to me. And, you know, I explained to her, she knows about Facebook and everything like that. But that is considered self-employed, okay? That's considered self-employed. And so then, you know, I get my retirement and I get my deceased husband's retirement every month, okay? She told me that doesn't count. And I'm like, wow, really? So you got to give them all the information. Speak it into existence. Yes, you give them all the information. So I gave her all my information. I told her about Facebook. I told her about everything. So there's different categories, especially when you, I got mine at 62. Yes, Maxine, baby, I don't blame you. Because we don't know how long. And this, you know, they have to tell you. She said, well, if you wait until you are 67, you get X amount, okay? Which it would increase it. It would increase it by $800. But I don't want to wait until then. I don't want to wait because I don't know how long I'm going to be here, you know? Things happen every day. Every day. Things happen every day. So, I am blessed and highly favored to the fact that where not only am I going to have my retirement checks coming in, now I will have my Social Security money coming in. Baby, God is good. He is good. And I thank the ones that encouraged me, help with the encouragement. I received a couple of phone calls, and by the time when I got off the phone from the phone calls, I got right on that phone and I made an appointment with the Social Security. So today was my day for my appointment. Normally I keep my phone on silent, but when I woke up this morning, he said, nah. You need to take that phone off silence because you need to hear this phone. You need to hear this phone when it rings. So, and I'm in the kitchen, and then I heard that phone ring, and it looked like it could be a scammer, but I answered that phone anyway. My appointment was at 9:45 this morning, and baby, so I will get a letter in the mail. She told me within anywhere from 5 to 10 days, letting me know when it's going to start. I already know how much I'm going to get. I work for that money right there. And I am 62 years old and I can draw my money. You know what I'm saying? That is a blessing, you know. I earned that. This is something that I earned from working all the years that I worked. Trust and believe, Social Security, they see everything, all the moves that we make when it comes to work history. She asked me, have I worked since 2019? No, I haven't worked since 2019. And then that's when I went off to tell her about Facebook. So Facebook is considered as self-employed. So there's so much money that even with the self-employed, it's a different category. But I got this. I can do this. And I am happy. I've been working since, hey Judy McKnight, you've been working since you was 14. Yeah, she even have the years when I first started working. When I first started working, she has the years, and that's when we lived in Maryland, you know? I mean, it's amazing how, baby, that Social Security go a long way. That number goes a long ways. They see everything about you. So she even saw the first year that I very first started working. But then it goes from but it stops at a certain time. So it stopped, I want to say she told me 2014 or something, or 2015, even though I was still working with the city of Houston. There's a stopping point. I guess maybe that's when you have reached your points and you are most definitely eligible. So that's a good thing. Yes, you're allowed to make so much money but still draw. And so I told her all about Facebook and told her that the money was there in the beginning. Excuse me, y'all. And it was there in the beginning, but they have made changes. And so So you take what you're getting now, and this is what they're looking at, what you're getting now, and you from from where I'm now applying or have filed for it, so it goes from today all the way up until the next year up from today, and that's where they calculate your money from there, baby. I'm good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'll tell you all, I'm happier than the Jaybird kissing a rabbit's ass, because this is something that I work for. When I got off, when she said, well, congratulations. She said, you'll be getting your a letter in the mail. And, oh, but this is what I forgot. I have almost forgot to tell her that I was married prior to that. So you got to tell them everything. And so, but I didn't hear her when she asked me, had I been married before my last husband. I didn't hear her when she asked me that. And so something told me to mention that, because once before, when I tried to file for my deceased husband's benefits, and at that time I was making a little bit too much money with Facebook, so I probably can go and get survival benefits if I want. I don't know exactly how they do that, but I'm gonna check into that one also. So I can't. It's different here, Ms. Dunlap. It's different because what they do when you've been married, what they do is they look and see how much money, who made more money. So right then I told her, well, I know I made more money than he did, and I made more money than my girls, Carolyn, than their dad made. So what they do is they look at the income of how much each one of them made, and look at your income, because they can see this. They can see it. And she said, you're right. Your income is way higher than theirs. And so I can't get his, but I can probably go for survival. So a survival benefit. So I may try that. But that's how it's explained, and is here. Because someone else also told me that I can get both of them, but one's got to be probably survival, because she mentioned survival. She said, but you're not applying for survival. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to do some research when it comes to the survival benefits. I am 71 and not only drawing little benefits, and it's not enough. They tell me that. We have to realize, I was just reading some of what I think Eddie put on here, just said, and he's saying that it's not enough. And he's 71 years old. And you have to realize back then, the workplace and your minimum wage was very low. So it can even be a person that's been on their job for like 30 plus years, but stayed in that same position for 30 plus years. Never decided, okay, well, let me move up, okay? Because the more you move up, the more money you make. For instance, if I would have stayed in my and did the same job that I was making and was only bringing home at the time like $600 every 2 weeks, and then they still had to take the taxes out. Okay, so if I would have stayed in that position, I wouldn't get the amount of Social Security that I'm getting. So it's like we've had a few people that work for the city of Houston. They stayed in that position for so long, but then their pension was low because they was in that same position for a long period of time. I'm looking at the pig in the blanket. Boy, they looking good. So that's something that some people probably don't realize and don't understand. So because when I first started working for the city of Houston, I wasn't making much money at all. But the key was to get my foot in the door let me get my foot in the door. I was only bringing home $600 every 2 weeks, and I'm raising 4 daughters. But then I had to get my foot in that door first and then work my way up. So I worked my way up. I went from making $600 every 2 weeks to my next position, probably $1,000 every 2 weeks. Then I went from making $1,000 every 2 weeks when I became an inspector. Many years down the line, some years down the line, I was making, and then you take in consideration, even working overtime builds it up, and it makes your pension higher. It makes your pension higher than what you're getting. So when I used to bring home with overtime, probably about every 2 weeks, about a $4,000 check. Maybe the next time $3,000 with overtime. So I made really good money working at the city for the city of Houston, and my job wasn't hard, but I still made that money, and it's the hours that I put in, the overtime hours that I put in, which raised my benefits for my pension higher. So people think, oh, and then a couple of people tried to tell me at work, well, just because you work on overtime, it's not going to make your pension higher. Yes, it does, because it changed. Mine changed within a year. It changed within a year after me going from even though I was still an inspector, then because they had stopped the overtime, tried to stop the overtime for me, then I went to another area. And baby, I was making that overtime like it was nothing. Sometimes I would work 24 hours a day, okay? 24 hours. And I didn't have a husband to go to because I was by myself. You're welcome, Eddie. You are welcome, Eddie. Oh, Eddie Ruth. Okay. I couldn't see the name because I was reading your comment, Miss Ruth. I was reading your comment, but what happened was it went away, but I couldn't see it. And then that's why I think, am I saying it right? Eddie Styles? Eddie? So yes, I just wanted to get in and move up. I wanted to get in and move up. And like I said, I started off with making nothing, for the city of Houston. But when I became that inspector, baby, stop playing with me. With overtime, I was making just overtime. I was making almost $40 an hour just working overtime. Okay, so probably may have been more than that because my regular pay was probably, I think my regular pay was like $28, $29 an hour. So then when I made, so it's like time and a half. So it was almost about like that. So so you working that overtime and your regular time, that helps bring up your pension money. And so when they're trying to tell me my pension is almost as much as my Social Security, and so they're telling me, they're trying to tell me, well, you're not going to, that don't make a difference. Yes, it does make a difference. I don't know who told you it didn't make a difference because I was doing all the math. I was doing the math. And I saw the difference in it within a year. And so then they have this program. At that time, with the city of Houston, they had this program called The Drop. The Drop. Okay, so I was actually eligible to retire from my job when I turned 50 years old. I was actually eligible to retire, but because at that time they had this program called The Drop, so they take what they do. So I stayed in that drop for like 3 years. I stayed in the drop for 3 years. So what they do, they take money and put it in a separate account that you cannot touch. So if I stayed there for 10 years in that drop, I would get. Some people walked away with $100,000. Some people walked away with $200,000. Some people walked away. They walked away with some money when they did retire. So I stayed in that drop for 3 years, and then I said, well, shoot, let me get on up out of here. Let me go. I got enough money in there now. Okay? So it's all about doing your research. Do your research. Yes, the more you make, the better your benefits are. Because this one guy, he worked in the same position for years, and when he retired, he barely was getting $500 a month, and he was up in age. So imagine you can't, but he never wanted to move up to another position. You got to be able to apply yourself to a higher position, and you got to want it, and you have to be there to do it. You didn't know that, Tracy? Oh yes, yes. I did it because I paid attention. And but that drop program that they had, which the city of Houston no longer has that drop program. So what they did before I even retired, probably 10 years before I retired, and then people used to go. I had to stop telling people that I was in the drop program, because I had to stop telling people that, because the people that they were bringing in, they was bringing them in with the 401k, so they didn't have the benefits that we had back then as a City of Houston worker. They brought them in with less benefits. Okay, so the benefits that we get, the ones that are being hired on with the city in 10 years prior to my retiring from the city, and them bringing people in 401. I'm sitting at this table one time, and I'm talking to this lady, and I'm telling her, you know, I think I was hurt, and they sent me downtown to do, I was on workers' comp, and I had to do some work down there, and I just like to talk to people. So I'm having this conversation. This lady, she got an attitude with me. When I mentioned the drop program, and I was in the drop, she did not want to talk to me anymore. She did not. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Hey, Monica. So there was a lot of advantage. There's lots of advantage in being able to work, you know, being able to work and get your benefits and to be eligible for benefits is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to do some more research when it comes to the survival part of it, because it may be a little different on the survival side, because when their dad passed away, each one of my girls received Social Security survival benefits, okay? And I would have also received it. So all of us would have received it, okay? But, you know, you always have someone that's going to tell you some good information. So when I got the word, when I was on the phone with the Social Security office back then, she ended up telling me, she said, well, what you can do, instead of you getting his survival, because at the time I had really just started working for the city of Houston, and I didn't want to give my money up, and even though I wasn't making that much, but I had to make a decision on if I wanted those benefits coming from my girl's dad, or do I want to just continue to work? Oh yeah, I looked at him a few minutes ago. Let me bring you all over here. Or do I want to just continue to work? I chose to. This is what I chose. I chose to continue to work. So the money that my girls received, the money that they received, hold on. Woo! Yes, sir. Look at them babies right there. We got our pig in a blanket. So the money that they received, I gave my money to them. Let's put it like that. The money that I was supposed to get, it went towards my girls. And so, but she told me on the phone that once I made that decision, I couldn't go back and change it. So they got their benefits every month. My girls receive their benefits. Who wants some? Who wants some? Y'all hold on a second, okay? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me get some. Okay, I had to go pay my water bill. I had to pay my water bill. What kind of sausage? Hold on, let me show you. These are it right here. Hey, Tanya. Yes, I made the right decision. So I transferred. I gave my, so the portion that I was supposed to get, my portion went to my daughters, and it was divided through each one of them, except for my oldest daughter, Cherie. And so that was a good thing. Oh, y'all see that? Yes, sir. Who wants some? So mine, it went to them, and it stayed like that until they was off. A little mustard. I never had mustard with mine. Oh. I should try it with some mustard. So I never needed a man to help me and all that kind of stuff. My girls had that money coming in. We didn't have to worry about our lights getting turned off, nothing getting turned off. It was all good. I'm about to try it. And hallelujah. So, baby, with that being said, I get to get my benefits, my Social Security. Dang, I left my napkin over there. You'll take mustard with yours? Oh, who said that? Hey, Rosemary. Yes, if you're together, that's how it is here. If you're together for 10 years, you get the benefits. So I was still able to get my girls' benefits. I never divorced my girl's dad. Somebody was just saying something. Yeah, when they turn 18, they're gonna drop the money. They used to keep it in there, you know, way back in the day, through college, so many years through college. But they changed that. When they turn 18, when they out of school, that's when those benefits stop. But see, this is, and I've told you all this before. I don't know, Cammie. I don't know about the 10 years. I do know my sister did mention to me this morning something about 5 years. But every state is different. So I don't know if it's still like that in Texas. All I know is I get my benefits. That's what I get. Oh, you would have some haters. You sure right about that, Miss Nadine King. Some hater sauce. Hey, Dot. So, this is the thing. God always works in his own mysterious ways, and I've said this before. When my girls were getting their money every month, and me still working for the city of Houston. Remember when I said when I first started working with the city, I wasn't making that much money, okay? And then my money started going up, but my money did not start going up until I switched departments. See, at first when I started with the city of Houston, I was working in purchasing, okay? So I was buying a lot of the city items. So then I decided to fill out an application, and I wanted to do something different. So when I went to the other department, and by the time all that took place, probably about each year, each one of my daughters' benefits started dropping. So when I went to this other department, my money increased. So although their money was dropping, I was making more money for the city of Houston then. My money started increasing, their money started dropping off, okay? Until all three of them was actually off of there. But by that time, I'm already an inspector. I'm an inspector now. So I'm making really good money. So this is how I look at it. God, he prepared me for that day, those days or those years when that money dropped off, their money started dropping off, and then my money started increasing over the years with the city of Houston. So the money that they wasn't getting, I received that money back through the new position that I earned. So, and it's all about discipline. So even at your workplace, you still have to discipline yourself. You still have to pay attention. You still have to understand that you got to look at the future. Okay, so looking at the future, knowing that their benefits will drop sometime or another. So if I wouldn't have made that change, there wouldn't have been any increase for me. Okay, I would still be sitting, but eventually I would have made some other type of change, but then we still don't have this coming in right here. So we have lost this, but God made it to where the money that was lost, he replaced that money with my overtime. He replaced that money with my new position. He replaced that money to where he made it happen. And so This is why I always say I give all my thanks to God. There is so many beautiful testimonies that we can all share and see God works in his own mysterious ways. And those ways were the ways that helped me because I paid attention. We have to pay attention. He didn't, Joyce Jacobs. He did not. He didn't. That's why I always give my thanks to God. I give my thanks to him because if it wasn't for him, heck, I probably wouldn't have never bought a house. I probably wouldn't have never been able to do the things that I was doing and to be able to benefit from it. Okay? So I don't just think about what's happening just right now. We have to think about what's going to happen towards the future. How can we make a change before this time come? Because every day is a new day. Every day is a day that's moving forward towards our future. Towards our future. And that's what I look at. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Gloria Anita, you bought all the ingredients for the gumbo pot pie. Baby, when you make it, please send me a picture. Because it is so good. Thank you, Daisy Jackson. Daisy, did you get your order? Thank you, Elaine. I need a napkin. And then I'm going to taste it with some Hagel sauce. Yes, indeed. So that's what he did. But I had to pay attention. We have to pay attention. We really, really, really do. All that going up, being mean and hateful to people. You gotta look at what God will have for you. That's why I always said way back then, if I do this to this person, what's gonna happen to me? What's God gonna do to me? What is he gonna do to me? And some people just don't look at it like that. Thank you, Terry Hanford. You are so welcome, Daisy. That box wasn't all jacked up, was it? Yes, Mark, listening to the voice of God. Yes, because I say all the time, God talks to you. He talks to us. He gives us signs. He let us know. There's so many different signs that he gives us. But if we're not understanding how he give us these signs, if we're not understanding how he really talks to us, hey, some people just not understanding. Hey, Lola G, how are you? Oh, okay, good. It was in good standing this time. Awesome. He will make a way out of no way. Exactly. Exactly. Baby, I went from living in an apartment or a townhouse to buying my own. But then I had to sit back and I had to realize Me out there, because I was making all that money with the city of Houston. It's like the more money I was making, I was spending a lot of money on clothes. But there's decisions that you have to make. It's either you're going to better yourself, or you're just going to stay right here. So I chose to make another move and to stop buying all those clothes. Because every week, like I told you all before, every week I'm sitting here I'm buying $1,200 for 2 outfits to last me for three every weekend. Every weekend, I'm getting these outfits. I would never repeat the same outfit. But what I had to do, I had to stop that. In order for me to progress, I needed to stop going to go buy all those clothes so that I could see my money. Then I needed to get my credit straight. Then I can buy me some property. And that's what I did. I stopped spending all that money. All the money. I'm spending money, but as soon as I get that paycheck, that big paycheck, my bills were still paid. But I still made it a point to go and buy me an outfit or 2 or 3. Because everything had to match. I had to have the same baby fat shirt, baby fat earrings, baby fat watch, baby fat shoes, boots, pants, whatever. And I'm spending all that money. I'm spending all that money. So me spending that money, I had to stop. And when I stopped, because my boo would tell me, he said, don't let the clothes make you. You make the clothes. He said, the money that you spending living in an apartment complex, you can buy a house and see your profit. But living in an apartment complex, he told me, you just throwing money away. So at that time, I didn't want to tell him that my credit was bad. So what I did behind his back, I just started getting my credit straight. I started working on that credit so fast, he didn't know what I was doing. Because my mom always said, your business is not everybody's business. And so when I called him and told him that I found a house, and I was just I was just renting that house at the time. And it was just me spending $850 a month. $850 a month. But in that midst of time, I'm still trying to get my credit straight. And the people that I bought the house from, they wasn't trying to sell the house to anyone but me. And that's what made it so great. That's what made it so great. So when I did get my credit straight, baby, let me tell you something. Those people put my escrow money in there, gave me my escrow money, $2,500. You know, you got to do everything in silence when you're purchasing. They want to know where this came from, where that came from. Where did that $2,500 come from? But I forgot what we told them. So they paid for my down payment. They put the escrow money in there. I didn't come off of not one dime. They took care of everything for me. And they told me because I took care of their house. I took care of their house. Answered the phone. Chimpa, can you hear me? So I got all that taken care of. And baby, when I took care of that, and they paid for all of that, and that's when I told you all the story, me paying my mortgage every 2 weeks. So I started, when I first got out to start buying the house, I started off paying my mortgage every 2 weeks. And then I had to pay a month in advance in order to make it go for every 2 weeks. So I just did some things that God allowed me to do, okay? I used to tell people all the time, my mind go 1,000 miles a minute. I'm always thinking of the next move. What is my next move? Your ex thought, yep. He thought your credit was shocked, and he got shocked really. So so when I called my guy, and I told him that I bought this house. See, he always said this kind of words, something like this. I hear you. I hear you. So when he said, I hear you, he didn't believe me, and I knew he didn't believe me. So I invited him over, and I gave him the address, because I had just gotten moved over there. And when he walked in, and I showed him that paperwork, he turned around and gave me $2,000 and told me congratulations. So you know what? When you're doing good by people, people gonna do good by you. And again, I can just say I give all my thanks to God. And I stayed in that house for almost 18 years. I never refinanced or anything. Because when I bought my house, and I told you all before, my mortgage was like, a loan was $297 a month. So adding the insurance and all that to it, it made it go up to $577 a month. So my mortgage wasn't high. In fact, it was much lower than me staying in an apartment complex or a townhouse. So that's that. I like it better with the mustard. So that's that. So now I get to receive my Social Security. God is good. Yes, you can. But a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't think that you can pay every 2 weeks. You can pay your mortgage every 2 weeks, but you can. I did. It knocks off a lots of years. Exactly, Cindy. Yeah. My mortgage payment, when I got my credit straight, what do they call it? It was at, the percentage was at, I got it from 1.75% rate, which brought my total down to, gave me $297 a month just for the mortgage by itself. Okay? I bought my house for $60,000. $60,000. Because I wasn't trying to go out there and go get no high price house to where I have to work until I'm 99 years old. No. I wasn't trying to keep up with the Joneses. So let me go get this $60,000 house where I have me an extra low payment. Yes, it pays down the interest. And I had the low payment. You are welcome, Marion. You are so welcome. How are you doing? I bought my first house for $44,000. And that's good. Shoot. I wasn't getting ready to go buy no house for $200,000, $300,000. MJ Wilson, you don't have to wait until you're 66, 67 years old to collect your Social Security. You can collect it at the age of 62. People wait that long because they want to get the full benefits. But who's to say I'm going to live for that full benefit? I want my benefits right now. You do not have to wait. You can draw it. You can go. You can apply for it. This knowledge is why we love watching you. Thank you. My next one is going to be like yours. Hey, Cheryl Harris, Cheryl-Lynn Harris, how you feeling? How are you feeling? You owned it for 12 years before the two of you retired. See? Facts. I just enrolled. I'm 61. All right. Who is that? Live or live? Dias. Still watching. Hey, boo. Hey, Shirley. Jackie Banks. Good afternoon, you all. Yeah, so, but they told me that I had to wait until I was 62 before I can draw my benefits. And I received something in the mail not too long ago, and was telling me if I get my benefit, and each year, they're going to send you something when you start reaching that point. So they will send me, and it'll tell you how much you're going to get every month. You have helped a lot of people on here this afternoon, Mary. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you. Baby, because you know what? That's good news to me. That is really good news to me. And even me being on social media, it still will not affect my Social Security unless, and I'm not getting ready to, they don't pay like they used to pay anyway, so I'm good. So I can collect my little amount or my small amount from Facebook, and still go and collect my Social Security, and still go and collect my retirement money and my deceased husband retirement money. Baby, stop playing with God's child. Okay? Hey, Darnell. Y'all see Darnell on here? Darnell made it home. And he said it's 60 degrees out there. Thank you, Daisy Jackson. Daisy Jackson said knowledge is powerful. Thank you so much for sharing. And guess what? Knowledge is power. And if you turn it around, power is knowledge. Because you need both of them. You got to have them. You got to have that knowledge, and you need that power. And that's what makes a big difference. That great power to embrace yourself and to be who you want to be. Thank you, Deborah McCree. Thank you. All through the grace of God, Deborah. Hey, Willie Craig. Yes. So when I hear that, I always say it, knowledge is power, and then I say it, but if you want to turn it around, power is knowledge. So it's something that you can really look at. So that's my congratulations, you all. That's my news that I wanted to tell you all. That is my news. I am feeling good. Oh, it's 70 degrees now. Living Charles. I ain't Living Charles, boo. Living Charles, I have asked you several times to call me. You have not called me. Come on, Living Charles. You still mad because I moved? Living Charles, if you don't call me, I'm going to go to your page and I'm going to blow your page up. I'm going to contact you on that page so many times, it's going to make your head spin. Hey, Larry Magnum, where you been, Larry? Y'all don't call me. Okay, Larry. I'm going to say Larry. Okay, Charles, you better. I want to hear from you today. I miss you, man. I really, really do. I want to make some time and come out there to Houston. Maybe give me an Airbnb. Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian Campbell. Boy, I have Charles, Living Charles on here and Brian Campbell. Hey. But Living Charles, I want to get an Airbnb out there. And then you all come to the Airbnb. Not right now, because I'm doing something all coming up real soon. Brian, what's going on, Brian? That was Barry White. Ooh. About to make me choke. This was actually a pig in a blanket, LaDonna. And it's so good. Hello, Sharon, Linda, Larry Magnum. You gotta call me, Charles. That's why I haven't picked up that phone. I told you a long time ago, for some reason, he would not let me save your number. Call me. Because I promise you, I'm gonna get you. I'm going to get you. That is awesome, Terry. That's awesome. You did a lot of years. That's a lot of years. So you worked all the way up into your benefit years, your top-notch benefit years. I'm gonna say top-notch benefit years. I ain't have any more miles on me at work. I mean, I probably could have still been there, but I was ready to go. There was too much going on. And then I'm glad I did, because when I did retire in 2019, probably less than a year later, that's when the COVID pandemic hit. And so there was a lot of people that passed away that worked for the city of Houston that they didn't even speak on. It never even hit the news. There were so many people that passed away. So I'm thankful that I retired when I did, because if not, I would have been in the midst of all of that, because you had to go to work. And people were dropping. They were dropping like flies. I mean, there were people that I would have never even thought. But you know what? We didn't have no control over that. So, hey Phyllis, Larry. I remember Vanessa used to eat up all. You sure right, Larry. He used to eat up all the food. Jenny, you love the earrings. Thank you. Yeah, and go with a whole lot of food, right, Larry? I haven't talked to Vanessa in a long time. Where you going, Darnell? Talking about in rest mode before he take off again. Darnell, we really had us a good trip. You just didn't. I'm gonna tell you all, Darnell is a brother to me from another mother. Darnell is good. I mean, he's good. Yes. Hey, Lynn Cherry, yes, COVID was terrible. So I'm thankful that I did retire. You know, that was a horrible thing. Every time I turned around, somebody was texting me, telling me that this person passed away, that person passed away, this person passed away. You know? Still working where? I don't work. I don't work, Sharon. And if you're speaking of Facebook, like she told me this morning, that is considered self-employed. Self-employed. Even though I pay taxes, trust and believe they look up all that information. So she explained everything to me this morning. Everything was explained. I know how much I can make and I know how much I can't make. So, and I don't plan on, I haven't worked at nobody's job since 2019. Working and clocking those hours, that's working. But there's categories that they look at, which is called self-employed. So I'm up under the category of self-employed. Lynn, you've been working from home since COVID? Oh, Daisy retired in 2022 during COVID. Joyce Jacobs retired in 2016. Yeah, even though it's self-employed, I still pay taxes. I still have to pay taxes, but there's still other categories that they go by. I do understand what Social Security told me this morning. Oh, I'm not worried about that. One thing that I am gonna do, I'm gonna pay attention. One thing that I do know is that when she did my paperwork this morning, she asked me about the taxes. She asked me about all that. Even when it came to the self-employed, she asked that. So I pay taxes, and she is aware of all of that. Yes. I retired in 2020 and loving it. I'm loving it. I'm not working at all. That's right, Jill Felix. Yeah, she trust and believe. They gonna let you know. They gonna let you know right then and there. They're gonna ask you those questions, and you don't want to leave nothing out. You don't want to leave nothing out. They want to know if you've been married before. They want to know who has the highest benefit. Mine was the highest benefit. So everything's said and done. I will receive my money soon. Yes, Dawson. Yes, Key. I called them almost a month ago. Almost a month ago, I called them, and they couldn't set their phone. They couldn't set the interview up over the phone. They had to send me a letter in the mail. So when they sent me the letter in the mail, that was my interview, and so today was my day. But you just give them a call. They might be able to give you an appointment day that same day, or they might not be able to give you an appointment day that same day. But I do know that I couldn't get mine that same day because she tried to, but she said it wouldn't go through. They would send me a letter in the mail. And that's what I received, a letter. And I said, baby, I'm not trying to miss this appointment. I am not trying to miss this appointment. Yes, they know all of that. Trust and believe. They know it. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Ooh, they know it. Shoot, it's only a button that they have to push. That Social Security number tells them almost everything they need to know about you. Thank you, Roberta. But you all, I'm going to get ready to get off of here. I'm going to come back in a little bit later on, just in a little bit, when I make this cabbage. I have my beef neck bones. I want to make a gravy to these neck bones. But I'll be back in just a little bit. I thank you all so much because I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm not going to lose control because I love it. I'll be back, you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I gotta go for a few minutes. Okay. Much love.